guys, we have some new drugstore makeup to discuss today. When I saw that Hard Candy was doing the Girl Scouts stuff again, I just thought, is this going to be a repeat of last year? Because you might recall I did a whole video on a bunch of the Girl Scouts products that they were putting out, and there was some cute stuff, there was some really good stuff. And I was actually sent in PR this year a little bundle of the new Hard Candy Girl Scout stuff. And guess what? There are some definite new and different things. First off, this bag is very cute. That little knotted top and just the size of this zip around bag, I like that. That is one of the things they're selling, and it looks like only in green, and it has a little like Girl Scout cookie zipper pull. On the inside it's brown, and it has a little zippered compartment up top, by the way. Another thing that's part of this collection, and I think they had this last year, the makeup headband. This has the Thin Mints on it, so it's like a green puffy band with the puffy Thin Mints. There's also one with Samoas on it. It's purple with those yummy Samoa cookies on it. Samoas are my personal favorite, with Thin Mints not far behind. I also like the Tagalongs. Tagalongs are not getting any love in this collection. This is about the Samoas, or as they call it in some things, coconut caramel, the Thin Mints, and then there is something s'mores related too. But they are selling this Cookie Rally plushie headband. It is very cute, but it just, like with my length of hair, I feel like my hair is gonna like flop forward when I wear it, but that is available. Another non-makeup thing, and this really excites me, this Nourishing body oil. Okay, it's in a glass bottle, my friends. It says Hard Candy Girl Scouts Coconut Caramel Warm and Rich Nourishing Body Oil. Now I noticed on the handout here, there's also another kind of this called Fresh and Sweet, and it's the Thin Mint scent. But this is what they sent me, and oh my gosh, I love this. I cannot wait to put this on after my next shower, and just in general underneath a fragrance, you know, doing some fragrance layering. It smells so good. It is so accurate. You can totally smell the coconut, the caramel, the sweetness. It's really, really moisturizing. The feel on the skin is similar to that Equate cocoa butter gel oil stuff that I've talked about loving, and that has a great scent too, but this is like a sweeter scent than that, and it just smells phenomenal. I love it. And just imagine layering up different vanilla or kind of caramely sweet scents on top of this. I'm so excited about that, and it feels very luxe. It's a heavy bottle, it's a glass bottle, it's got a pump. That's awesome. I'm not sure how much they're selling it for. I don't know why they didn't put the prices on here. Let me look it up real quick. $9.98 for this. I'm not sure what the Thin Mints one smells like, but I am all about the coconut caramel smell in that. That's great. I would say it's lighter on the coconut, but it's there. And then definite caramely sweetness. It's so good. They also have a little lip scrub. I've taken apart the packaging here, but this is the one in the Thin Mint scent. Hydrates and conditions with sugar crystals and shea butter. Sweet sugar lip scrub. They've got it in this, and then it looks like a coconut caramel one as well. It's got the little cookie on top. I was playing with this yesterday. I'm not huge on this. I feel like there's not very much grit in it. The scent is pretty good. I'm getting some chocolatey, little bit of mintiness, but I feel like they could have done more with that scent also. But I am pushing down in. I'm not just taking what's on the surface. I'm really trying to work it up a little bit so I can get some grit. And I'm not saying I'm getting none, but it's just not the most, you know? But as I rub it across my lips, I can feel some. Personally, I prefer an e.l.f. lip exfoliator. It's coming off of a stick, and you don't have to even get your finger all up in it, but I'm working it around. It's just, it could have been better on the grit level and the scent for me. It does have a little extra cap, which I'm keeping. Packaging is cute. Cuteness works. And I just take a little Kleenex or a wipe of some sort and get that residue off. My lips do feel soft afterwards, but I'm not like, whoa, oh my gosh. And I guess we can roll right into talking about the Sweet Treat lip oils. So last year they put these out in the coconut caramel, the Thin Mint, and like the trefoil cookie. Now they've got these two and the s'mores cookie scent flavor, whatever. It's in brown packaging. This is something you're gonna go for like the cuteness of the packaging, the scent, the shine, but it's not a color product. If you've tried like the Hard Candy Glosstopia lip oils, that's basically the texture of it all. They call these hydrating lip oils. I do like the scent on this s'mores one. It's sweet. I think I am getting some of that marshmallow and chocolatiness. And you put it on and it's just gonna look clear. It's gonna be shiny. It's gonna feel hydrating. These are pretty thin lip oils. Wasn't I talking about something and I was like, this feels like a genuine lip oil? I think it was the Buxom ones I was talking about. Like there's a real legit thinness to this where it doesn't feel just like a thick lip gloss going on. It feels like a hydrating thin, but not too thin. I'm not real worried about it slipping outside the lip line, but yeah, like I wouldn't coat up my darkest lip liner with this. It's kind of slippery. It's something, like I said, you get it for the scent. You might get it for the cuteness of the little tube here, the hydration, but as far as your lip look, it's just giving shine, okay? Just throwing that out there. This year there's a new scent. The others that are available, I know from trying them last year, you're not getting a different color on your lips. It's just a clear shine. There's the thin mint and there's the coconut caramel. I feel like we're talking about a lot of things before actually getting any makeup on today, but we do have a primer. This is totally new this year. They did not have anything like this before that I recall. This is the Milk and Cookies primer. It says hydrating milky serum with chamomile and squalane. It says it also has skin barrier replenishers to keep skin prepped and protected. Wear alone for light moisture or before makeup to prime skin. So we're gonna try this out today. It's got a nice clean little packaging design. Hi, sweetie. So let's give this a try. We have a pump. Ooh, it's really just like milky and runny. I mean, I think I've seen people using sort of a milky serum from, is it Ilia? Super thin yet very hydrating. Like my skin actually feels a substantial amount of moisture coming from that. A little more for the forehead. Ilia has something called the Base Face Milk. I think that brand Rhode has something like it too. I haven't gotten into a ton of stuff like that, so I'm not quite sure how this stacks up, but very thin, very hydrating. It's crazy because it seems so lightweight as you pump it out. It seems so thin and runny. You almost don't expect it to hang onto the skin this much and make you feel this extra hydrated on top of skincare. So I think that's a pretty neat find. For now, I will have to see how my makeup wears on top of this today and try it with some other like foundations and whatnot, but that is available. Also in the picture, things that I don't have, it looks like they've got a 4-piece brush set that has a couple of face brushes and a couple of eye brushes. The little Girl Scouts green powder puff is available. And there's a couple of different eye palettes. Now at a glance, I thought they've just re-released last year's eye palettes. And I did buy that coconut caramel one last year. It was called Caramel Queen Shadow Palette and I used it in a video and it really has some purple pops. It has some glitter, some plummy shades and also mixed with browns. Now this year they sent me their palette. They're calling it Cookie Crush. Feels a little less loud on the purple compared to last year's if you want to see them side by side. This is last year's. You're getting, you know, again, that purple glitter. Here they are working in a little bit of plum, a couple of kind of rosy or possibly mauve shades. We've got bronze, maybe a deep plummy brown here, some medium browns. This shade in the middle is definitely light enough to operate as a highlighter on me. But yeah, when I realized, oh, they're doing a new eye palette this year, I thought maybe I should do a video on this new stuff. Like at a glance, I was just assuming it was going to be a re-release of everything they already did. But it looks like some fun updates have been made. So this is the remaining thing I have. I'm going to go on with my complexion routine and I'll join you back with the palette. Alrighty guys, I feel like I've done a million steps of makeup. We only had the primer on and then I used my Hard Candy Glamouflage foundation. This shade is a little dark, but we made it work and my concealer's a little bit light, so maybe that's what made it work, right? The shade is called Natural here. It's not quite this season's shade, but it's a good foundation. I like it. And then I've got the concealer that's from that range too in Fair. And so I've got that on my like under eye area, center of the face, around my nose. I use my Rare Beauty setting powder. I like this setting powder. I just kind of try to rotate it in regularly. And then a little bit of my e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filter in light neutral, just all over my face very lightly. I'm liking that powder. I'm enjoying it. It's just a little more coverage than a person might think. And then I hadn't used this stuff in so long. My Hard Candy Face Off Luminous Gel Bronzer. This is the shade Sweet Tea. It's so good. Gives such a pretty kind of like gentle glow. There's a little bit of sheen in it, but it can totally do the job contouring as well. So I've got that on. And then also I used a Face Off blush. This is one of the blurring blushes in this shade Double Take. And I topped off with a little Infallible Confident Pink just because I wanted a little more punch there. And then I did my brows. I used Milani Precision Brow. I use L'Oreal Infallible lamination gel. I just have used that combo a lot lately. And it's honestly not because I'm in love with either of them. I'm just like going through them. In fact, I pretty much have gone through the lamination gel, and I think I'm gonna actually let that go now. Then I put on Milani eyeshadow primer, and I actually do want to use some of this as a highlight, this center shade. Let me get you a close-up of the whole palette. By the way, it's a cardboard palette. This window is, you know, it's one of those flexible kind of clear windows. I'm not too mad at it. I mean, it's a cute little special palette, and I see they're trying to do something special with the design, but I would prefer that to be solid. And the writing up in here, it says, I can, and she can, and she can, and she can. We like to be inspired when we pull out an eyeshadow palette, yes. So here's our center shade. It is speckled. Our matte shades in here are these two, this one and this one. Everything else has varying levels of shimmer. And like I said, it's just a little more muted compared to last year's. No bright purple, no glitter. The purple that is here is more plum. There's a little, like I said, rose. And they say it has the coconut caramel inspired shades and scent. Any scent in this is very, very soft. Yeah, I believe it is there, but you really gotta look for it. And that's cool with me, honestly. I don't need an overwhelming scent feature like on my eyes. But I'm gonna go into this with my little Real Techniques setting brush and use some of that shade as highlighter. I think it'll, yes, work great. I'm gonna dust off a little bit of excess here and just blend. Yeah, that's super great for a highlight. Love that. Do they even market it like that's a highlighter? They don't mention it, but it's perfect for that. I was just playing around with this a little bit yesterday on top of my makeup, and I think I'm enjoying it, but I really couldn't tell like what these shades were capable of. So we're really gonna jump in today. I'm gonna go down to this warm brown with my Profusion crease brush. Like I said, I already put on Milani eyeshadow primer. And this is a real caramely kind of shade. Now, I never was a Girl Scout, but I feel like I would have really liked it. I think Nook and Biddy would enjoy too. Okay, got that all kind of blended and blurred very easily. There's a great color right here that I think is going to be perfect for like blurring the edge. It's not like a total light cream, but really good on the outside edge there. I wonder if some of this shade might deepen my crease just a little bit. That brown. Yeah, I believe it is just a little darker in application compared to the warm brown. Very nice. And there is a thin mince option as well on these palettes, but this was just the one I was sent, and honestly the one I'm probably most interested in color scheme wise anyway. Well, I don't know. Looking at the picture, it's not intensely green. It looks like there might be a little mint green in there, but maybe a little deeper and more smoky and cool. And if you're wondering, what about hard candy eyeshadows in general? I've had really good luck lately with the hard candy shadows. I've talked about the Going Nude Never Looking Back palette. I actually have that one handy here. This is a great everyday kind of bronzy brown palette. Love it. And I've really enjoyed some of their little quads as well. They've got a great formula there. So I expect that this will be good, but we just want to try it all out. I'm going to go down to this plummy brown. It looks actually like kind of a satin finish. Picking some of that up with my flat brush. Yay. It looks like it's fully applying, not seeming sheer. I'm thinking some of that on the outer corner and maybe ease into a little bit of this shimmery plum kind of going in on the lid. I would have to say this, although it has a bit of a satin finish, if you're looking up really close, it's feeling like a matte as I put it on. So that's on my lid. I'm like touching my crease with my brush as I press it on. And you could take your small pointed brush from Profusion and you could blend that up a little. I think I might add a little to my brush because I think I kind of missed a spot there. Getting into the deepest part of my crease. And as far as it looking like plummy brown, I think it's looking like straight up cool brown actually. So if you're a real purpley fan, you might have enjoyed last year's palette a bit more, but if you wished it looked more neutral, you might like this year's. Okay, we've done a little blending there. I might just grab my crease brush and sort of buff over that edge, but I'm pleased with the way everything is applied and the way it's looking so far. Everything's kind of gone as I expected and hoped it would. Okay, clean off my brush a bit, my flat brush, and go into some of this shimmer right here. And see how that does going inward on my lid. Okay, it's definitely showing itself true to color. It's not a bold, colorful shade, but I can tell that it's plum. So yeah, hitting the entire center lid with that. That's kind of fun. I feel like as I'm using this, I am getting a little more scent. Like maybe I'm just stirring up the shadows a bit more and smelling it a little more. It's very pleasant, not overwhelming. Okay, dusty, smoky plum. And then we've got bronze here. We've got kind of a rosy color. This actually comes off with even more pink in it, that shade. These are additional shimmers outside of the center shimmer, which we did use as a highlight. Very smooth on all of those. I like that there's no grit going on. This is a shimmer down here as well. Kind of an antique bronze shade. I'd like to see a little bit of this bronze come in right here. Wow, picking up with the brush, it almost seems more intense than it did on my finger there, which is kind of rare. Really shiny, and it looks pretty splashing over those other tones. This is if you're an LSU Tiger fan and you want to mute that purple and gold a little bit. Like, how about plum and bronze? When I woke up this morning, I heard like a clap of thunder, and it seems like this always happens on picture day. It's Biddy's spring picture day at her school. Then I'm going to go to my center color, my little speckled friend, and hit inner corner with that. That'll do. What do you guys think? I think that's really pretty. I feel like I might have gotten more bronze on this side than this. I'd like to see a little bit of the shimmery plum working out here in my outer corner. You might be saying, well, like, how does the purple play into the look of coconut caramel? But it's the color of the box. Okay, I've faded that out some and I really like that. So I didn't really work in any of the rosy tones today, but that's one thing that could take the look in a little different direction, right? Here's what we've got. I'm liking the look. It's not really an ultra unique spread of shades though, I will say, because sometimes it's easy to get lost in the newness and the cuteness and everything and be like, oh, this is great, you need this. Well, step back and say, do I have a lot of these shades already? Or if you're a Girl Scout fan, I totally understand like the sentimental draw to this collection. But just saying, if we're talking plum and bronze, I certainly do own this color scheme many times over, and a lot of you all probably do as well. But did it perform well? Absolutely. There were some shades I wasn't able to use today, but I really like the way what I did use came together. I'm thinking about adding to this a little light inner rim with my Boundless Bisque Makeup Forever pencil. And then this Laura Geller stick here, this is the shade called Smoky Amethyst Coal. It's her Kajal Longwear liner, and I feel like this plummy shade would be perfect. Just smudged on that lower lash line and maybe a little on the outer upper lash line too. I love the way these wear. So long wearing, they really keep their intensity. They are smudgeable, but Laura Geller really produces some nice dark, rich shades. So they definitely can effectively act as liner. And you can sharpen that tip at the end with that, but I usually don't. I just kind of let it be its rounded off self eventually, and I just get that smudgy, really nice soft line. Okay, I'm gonna add some mascara and I'll be right back. Alrighty friends, so this is my finished look. I just topped off with some mascara. I used the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal, which I kind of complained at first that this takes a lot of coats to build up to the look that I want, but it built faster today. So maybe a little bit of the newness is wearing off of that, but I think the lashes look good, and I've got Cali Ray on the lower lashes. For my lip today, I went with Hard Candy. I used my lip liner in Boyfriend, so that's 100% the color you're seeing here. Is the shade of this lip liner. It's one of my favorite brownish lip liners actually. And then I just put a little bit more of the S'mores lip oil on top, which is basically clear. So yeah, my brown lovers, it's really coming together today. So to recap, the new stuff that I tried, not huge on the scrub. I think they could have just done more with the scent and more with the texture of the scrub to make it more scrubby. The lip oils are super duper cute, but just keep in mind what they are. You know, they're a clear, glossy kind of product, very shiny. They don't last a long time. Like, even though I had applied this at the start of my video, by the time I got back to doing my lips and putting on this lip liner, it felt like it had somehow totally worn away or soaked in or something. So don't expect a lot of staying power and color out of it. Just think about what your expectations are, but it is a cute product and I like the scent. This might be my absolute favorite thing. Like, seriously, this body oil smells so delicious. The one called Coconut Caramel Warm and Rich. I love that type of scent. I like the sweetness in it. I like the richness in it. And I think it's going to be amazing paired with so many different like body sprays and perfumes that I love, and hopefully help them last longer because of this oil consistency underneath. So that's like a top thing. This went on beautifully. I really enjoyed this primer, and I think I'm going to like using that more going forward. And my third favorite might be this palette. Again, it worked really well. I love the like dual function highlighter shade right in the middle. I prefer this over last year's in terms of just the tones and the use that I could potentially get out of this. I think plum and bronze make a great combo, plus you've got those rosy shades too. The only thing would be is if you're really trying to look at this from a practical sense and you're not all about having all the Girl Scout stuff, you might look in your collection and say, do I have already a lot of plums, neutrals, and bronze? Because if you do, this may just be kind of a repeat of those types of things, but it is certainly cute, and Hard Candy's doing a great job with their eyeshadows these days for sure. Makeup bag, also extremely cute. Oh, if you're a fan of green, I think it's great. And if you don't care to have a lot of Girl Scout motif going on, like it's only on the little zipper there. Otherwise, it's just kind of a basic little makeup skincare bag. You can do whatever you want with it. I love it. But yeah, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've tried some other things from this collection. I didn't have every new thing here to show you today, so share your take if you've gotten your hands on anything else. But yeah, this is my jam. I love that. I will talk to you guys again very soon. I love you. Bye.